This is something that nobody talks about, but it's important and it's real. The pain that comes with being single years and years and years and years is deep. You know, no matter if you are successful, beautiful, super fit, super rich, have everything in the world, have so many friends, have been traveling all over the world, you know, like, look at me, I'm single and happy. Yeah, you can be. But with it comes a pain of not being witnessed. Comes a pain where you wake up every day and you have to give yourself all the love, all the motivation, all the yalla, let's go do it. It's not easy, and nobody talks about how we feel inside when years and years and years and years and years pass by and you're actually just still single because, I don't know, because of what? So many reasons.
Winter is here. The layoffs are coming hard and fast. Not only in the US, but in Canada, UK, all around the world, my friends. I've been warning you all, especially you ladies, that winter is coming. You say you don't need a man. You're going to work on your job and you're a boss, be blah, 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 blah. My job, the job first, the job first. Well, what happens when the job divorces you? Your job is less loyal to you than a man is. But for some reason, feminism have taught you this BS that you work hard, go to college, and get a good job, thinking that that job will never, ever freaking treat you any worse than a man. Whoo! Now you're waking up. Hit that like button, my friends. This is going to be another wake-up call. I thought I'd take a little excerpt from one of these female channels. What's this one called? This one is called Virtuous Woman 1969. And it seems to be a woman who don't want to show her face. But I listened to this excerpt and I just thought it was brilliant because, hey, it's a woman that has woken up. Let's have a quick listen.
Today, we're diving into something that the late Kevin Samuels warned everyone about years ago. Winter is coming. And now that warning has officially become reality. The economy is tightening, layoffs are rising, benefits are being cut, and the illusion of independence is starting to crack wide open. For years, many women, especially those embracing the boss chick and I don't need a man mindset, dismissed his message as harsh, outdated, or misogynistic. But as the world shifts, his words are starting to sound less like criticism and more like prophecy. What we're seeing now is a perfect storm. Financial instability, emotional burnout, and social isolation all colliding at once. Women who once prided themselves on doing it all alone are realizing that independence without stability isn't strength, it's struggle. The glamorous lifestyles once flaunted online are fading fast, replaced by quiet desperation and hard choices. Kevin Samuels didn't predict doom. He predicted accountability, and the winter he spoke of is the moment when reality can no longer be ignored.
Ooh, I thought that was just powerful. It wasn't only Mr. Kevin Samuels that identified this. Many other male channels identified this shit. But you can't tell women anything because every woman thinks that we're only telling them that to scare them into running to men. But now they're on TikTok crying.
I am tired of the amount of gaslighting us single people have to go through. Because let's be honest, a lot of the things that our friends in relationships can get for free, we have to pay for. And there's no amount of self-love or therapy that can kind of circumvent the frustration that being single is very expensive. Because if, an example, I am sick, I don't have anyone who can cook for me. My friend can ask her boyfriend to cook for her. I have to DoorDash something. If I need help moving something in my house, I need to go find someone and pay that person to come over and move it. Well, my friend can just ask her partner. And all those things just add up. If you lose your job, you have someone who can help you with rent. If you are having like financial trouble or health trouble, you now need to like disclose that to your family or friends, which might be embarrassing, or you can tell your one husband or your wife to help you through that. It is so frustrating to have to go through so many things alone and make these really big decisions, hard decisions completely by myself. I have my friends, I have my family, I love them, I can lean on them, but maybe I don't want to tell them all about my finances.
So hit that like button, my friends. Hit that like button. Help a brother out by subscribing. Please, I would love to hit 250,000 subs. In the next 2 weeks or so, I want to hit that 250,000. Just for my ego, really. It doesn't mean anything, but it doesn't take anything from you. More importantly, hit that like button so that this video can be pushed out to more and more people. So let's listen to this young lady that has been going viral on TikTok because she's not afraid to say the hard part out loud.
I'm one of the over 300,000 Black women who've been let go from the workforce. I am now a statistic. And it hurts. It hurts to know that after all the degrees, I have two, the experience, the dedication, the good work, none of it made me safe. I've been spending my life savings just to survive, paying bills late, stretching groceries, trying to maintain the life I had before this, but it's draining, it's humiliating, and most of all, it's lonely. People always talk about how the workforce treats you like you're replaceable, but to truly experience it, that's a whole different level of pain. To give so much of yourself, your time and energy, just to be tossed away like you're nothing, it eats at you. It eats at you until you start to question if you ever really mattered in the first place.
Yeah, which one's better now? A man who loves you or a company who don't give a shit about you? They don't care about your degrees. Your degrees ain't gonna save your ass right now. You ladies gotta wake the hell up. And the problem is most men are not prepared to bail you out simply because men know that the only reason you want him at this point is because you are in a desperate spot. And a lot of you are underwater. Massive student loan debt. 2 degrees and no job. Yeah, no man wants to put his... Why would he invest in you? You're overweight, septum ring, you got 2 degrees, you had an attitude, and now you're bitter as hell because your job deserted you. Whew. No, it's hard to come back from that. You need to go and lose some weight, get to the gym. If you can't afford the gym, you better start using that park, start running. You don't have to waste money on food, I can tell you that. There could be a lot of days where you could be fasting, working out, burning some of that fat off, being nice to a guy here or there. Get your shit together and realize that you screwed up. Life is not a rehearsal, my friend.
This is the reality for a lot of Americans right now, and it needs to be. I got laid off from my corporate job yesterday. And I think that this is the reality for a lot of Americans right now, and it needs to be shared because America is not doing well right now. We have a 94% prediction rate that the recession is going to come, but yet our frickin' administration hasn't even made the move to actually say that a recession is coming. And let's actually call it what it is, a depression. People can't afford groceries, they can't afford rent, they can't afford buying houses, they can't afford having babies, they can't afford having the kids in general if they already have them. We are not in a good spot, y'all. I know that I'm just a number in a company, but I thought I was okay. You're going to think that you're okay because you've worked there for so long or you have the right experience. Like, you guys, I have an undergraduate in marketing, a master's in business, 6 years of paid social media experience, both on a strategist and manager level. I have done people management for at least 3 years. I'm a senior level in my career. And yet, when I was hired to do a senior level role, I was forced into entry level positions. I was doing entry level work as a senior level strategist, all while at the same time being asked to reduce my workload with AI, and our team was having layoffs every 3 months. I should have seen it coming. I really should have. But the thing is that it was not something that I saw coming, because the day before that they laid me off, I was literally talking coverage plans with another employee who was going on leave for months. How am I supposed to sit there and not think that I'm safe in that moment? I just think it's absolutely ridiculous that we live in a world like this where my manager wasn't even the one that fired me, by the way, or laid me off. It was frickin' HR, and they read off a script, but my whole team got laid off. And this is the reality for a lot of Americans right now. My partner is a first responder, so I'm very lucky for the fact that I can be leaning on him for support right now, because luckily his job is secure, thanks to the fact that number 1, his job is essential, and number 2, he has a union behind him. What I will never understand is why corporate agencies have not unionized.
That's bullshit. It's not going to happen. Here's the issue, lady. You are smart enough to have a partner to lean on. You are the perfect example of what I'm trying to explain to women. You chose, you're white. You prioritize getting a partner, getting a husband. You're smart. The previous girl, she's out there on her own. You are thanking God you have a partner. I'm hoping my sisters watch this and realize what I'm trying to say.
Good morning, Michael. It's nice to see you guys. And these are deep, deep cuts. Amazon is planning to cut 14,000 corporate jobs starting this week. It is one of the largest rounds of layoffs in the company's history. Why would Amazon be doing this right now ahead of the holidays while the company seems to be doing well? Well, in a note to employees this morning, they say the world is changing quickly. This generation of AI is the most transformative technology we have seen since the internet. And that's really echoing what CEO Andy Jassy started signaling this summer when he said generative AI could mean fewer workers. And Amazon isn't alone here making these changes in the midst of a major AI transformation. Target announced last week that it will be eliminating about 1,800 roles. Other tech giants like Microsoft, Meta, Google, and Intel have also made cuts this year. And this is important to follow because tech companies are a bellwether for the broader economy. They can be. And right now, hiring is slowing for the first time since the pandemic. There are more unemployed workers than jobs available, although overall unemployment is still historically low at 4.3%. Good morning, Michael. It's nice to see you guys. And these are deep.
Yeah. And listen, this isn't only in America. This is not only in America, my friends.
The banking layoffs continue here in Canada. I talked earlier this week about Scotiabank and EQ Bank having to lay off their staff members. It looks like now TD Banks, it's their turn. They've got to shed 2% of their staff, their workforce. That equates to about 2,000 staff members that are going to be let go shortly. What does that mean? That's their effort. That is TD Bank trying to save $650 million to their bottom line. I feel like I'm only on TikTok talking about all these layoffs. It is a sign of what is happening in Canada, how trade policies, economic policies, foreign policies have really impacted our ability to navigate what is happening in the States, everything that's happening around the world. We just have not done a good enough job. And I think as Canadians, we're paying for it.
And there are tons of videos like this on TikTok with women complaining. And I almost feel like a broken record having to just keep reiterating the advantage of having a partner in your corner. Just imagine living with your debt, whether it's your mortgage, your car note, your credit card bill, your student loans, and you don't have a job. And of course, you still have to survive. You still got to pay your rent or living mortgage. You still have to pay just to maintain yourself. And there's no income coming in. And of course, there's no partner to help you out.
I really didn't realize that one of the most expensive decisions of my life would actually be staying single. Being single is excruciatingly expensive in this world, like straight up monetarily. No one to split rent with, no one to split groceries with, no one who has your back when maybe you need a little support and can't pay your bills one month. No one buying you little treats and gifts that you wish you could get for yourself. No one splitting the cost of hotel rooms when you travel. Never getting +1s to anyone's weddings or events and having to pay for everything completely by yourself, including gift. Not getting married means paying more taxes. Never having anyone to help with a down payment and a home. No one to sign as guarantor in case you need it. I think it's actually one of the most effed up parts of society. Because as more and more people either choose to stay single or stay single because the quality of partners in this world are so terrible, life continues to get more and more and more expensive. And that is the consequence of singlehood that I don't think a lot of us really expected.
I need you to understand one thing. If Amazon can cut 14,000 jobs 62 days before Christmas, what makes you think that your job would not cut you? What makes you think your job is safe? Guys, we are living in times where employers don't give a damn about you being a 3-time employee of the month, a 3-time employee of the year, how much brown nosing you do, how much overtime you work, how much sacrificing you did for the company, neglecting your family. They don't care, guys. These jobs only care about the income that they can make for the company. And they're going to pay you as less as possible, but work to get the most out of you to accomplish that. And if they have to cut you to meet those numbers, those analytics, then guess what? Get ready, because they're going to treat you like trash going out on a Friday. Being somebody who know, because that's what happened to me at my job. But not only that, guys, 84 million people are supposed to lose their jobs in 2025 thanks to layoffs and firings. And this should be a clear sign to you that if the big tech companies can lay off people who are making hundreds and $200 an hour, what do you think they'll do for you making $15 to $20 an hour?
Listen, I can only tell you guys that this is the only way to look at working in this economy, where you have to look at how the hell you can digitalize whatever intellect you have in your brain and sell it to other people all around the world, or you work on some sort of gig economy, meaning you have to get your skills advertised on Fiverr, Upwork, or any one of these type of businesses where you can literally just piecemeal your skills around the entire globe. Because I can tell you, man, trying to find a job in this economy where you can actually survive, I don't know how you're going to do it, to be honest with you, man. I mean, I wish I had solutions to this, because AI can pretty much do anything, any soft skill job that you have, the AI can do it. So I'm lost. So unless you go back and try to learn some sort of trade, and hopefully you're young enough to start to do this, electrician, bricklayer, that sort of stuff. I mean, the only other choice is try to get a bunch of individuals together, buy a piece of raw land out somewhere and build a homestead where all of you can go and live on the land. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know what else to tell you. Yeah, sure, you can start a YouTube channel. You can create books. You can create courses. You can do a lot of that. But that's hard to build when you're already in a serious state where you need money now. All of these so-called digital businesses, like what I'm doing right now, takes time to actually earn money.
UPS is announcing 34,000 jobs are being cut. Yep, another mass layoff. We just had news that Amazon is planning to lay off 30,000 people. 14,000 of those people were let go today. And now we have UPS announcing 34,000 jobs. A lot of these jobs are in their corporate and in their operational roles. We're about to enter into the holiday seasons. And every year during the holiday seasons, these companies look to cut people. This is because traditionally, the end of the fourth quarter is usually a slow time for businesses. So in order to account for the loss in revenue, they cut expenses, which is generally people. Now, all of these companies are looking at AI and automation as a reason for cutting headcounts, but sometimes it's also to do with just economic uncertainty, which is what UPS said. They said that we are in an uncertain economy. They don't know what things are going to look like, and the executives are under pressure because their stock price has been going down. So if you're at a large company, you should just anticipate that your company is going to do some sort of layoffs. In the past week, we've heard about Amazon, Target, Paramount, and now UPS. Happy holidays.
See, this is where the problem comes in. One business is going to affect others. And as more and more people are out of a job, everything will start to slow down. And as more and more people are spending less and less, the economy is just going to get worse and worse. So, my friends, all I can tell you is find a partner, buckle down, try to share bills. Whether it's 2 or 4 or 6 of you, find one spot in the city, rent a large house or something, and try to buckle down, because I can tell you it's going to get worse.
Nestle is cutting 16,000 jobs after their CEO was terminated for having an inappropriate relationship at work. Now, the cuts represent 5.8 of Nestle's 277,000 global employees. 12,000 jobs will be white collar and 4,000 more will be cut from headcount of manufacturing and supply chain. Now, cost have risen and debt has climbed for Nestle, and they've had to fix both their branding, which has been terrible the last several years, with both a Netflix special and a ton of news stories about all the lawsuits over the water rights and them, taking water from certain areas that people have had a big problem with and selling it in other countries. And they just have a lot of bad press.
Yeah, they're in deep shit. But another 16,000 jobs. Whew.
Okay, so my company announced layoff. And this morning, they are sending emails to people who have been impacted and who have been impacted. And fortunately, I have not received that email, and I don't think I'm going to receive it today, which I'm very grateful for. But I just want to cry because I'm thinking about the 1,000 people who have been impacted, and this is especially right around like holiday times. And I think like how the company did it was very cruel and inhumane, because they sent us an email on like Thursday afternoonish, and they said the layoffs were happening on Tuesday. And so that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That's like 6 days for people to completely lose their sleep, for people to panic. It would have been so nice if they would have just sent that email on Thursday and say, we're doing a mass layoff tomorrow. Be ready for that. And then, people would have Saturday to cry over it and then Sunday to start applying for a job. But for them to like drag it out for 6 days, it's so inhumane. And this is why I feel like corporations will never, like, the concept that, oh, we're family here would never apply, because
you fell for that whole shit about we are family. Oh, my friends, listen, I could go into hundreds more of these bloody videos with women, men crying. Most of them are women on TikTok, because TikTok is a female-centered platform. However, this is going to be painful for a lot of countries around the world. And the message is very simple. If you don't have a partner, you're going to suffer on your own. If you have a partner, hopefully one of you retained a job. If both of you are out of a job, at least you're still together, fighting this world together. It's much easier to be fighting a battle together with another person, back to back, than it is to actually fight this battle on your own. That's all I'm saying. My friends, hit that like button on the way out. I know this was a depressing one, but this is life, man. We got to deal with reality. We got to face it straight on. All you have to do now is try to find solutions. Don't give up. Keep hustling. Keep struggling. The only time you're defeated is when you stop trying. So keep trying every day. Keep trying. There's always something out there that you can do to earn some money. Okay? So my friends, please like this video on the way out. Book a session if you ever need any help from the older man. At least I've kept those prices nice and low so many of you can still afford it. And I'm here to do my best, give you my best advice so that I can help each and every one of you. So until tomorrow, my friends, remember, whenever in doubt, always, always ask an older man. I'll see you soon. Cheers.